Why is smoke coming out of my oven?
I'm assuming it is not because you wanted a literal smoky flavor to dinner.
No, and I'm afraid something is getting burned.
Are you cooking something with a lot of grease or water that is boiling, that you did not cover?
I can tell the difference between steam from a dish rising up and escaping from smoke like it is burning.
Then obviously you've burned food before. You could have grease boiling, which poses a fire hazard if it overheats, but otherwise is just a mess to clean up.
That's why I use self-cleaning cycles periodically.
If you had cleaned it with various chemicals and turned on the oven without washing all of it away, you'd get smoke and fumes as the chemicals turn into vapor if not smoke.
Nope, just self-cleaning.
The self-cleaning cycle heats up the caked-on grease until it chars. You'll often get smoke inside the unit wall that burns off, though you still have to wipe the ash out.
That's supposed to be better than scrubbing off the grease.
You could get smoke coming out of the oven if the exhaust fan is not venting the gases out properly. Or you'll get smoke if the door seals are not sealing or the door is ajar.
If the seal is not keeping the hot air inside, that's a whole other problem.
Your self-cleaning cycle could have roasted the control board.
I've heard of that causing the oven to malfunction, though it sometimes resolves when you power cycle the oven.
Other times, it actually burns out the control board and other electronics, so you get burned plastic smoke along with the error messages.
If the wires or rather the plastic around them is melting, I have to replace a lot more than a thermal fuse because the oven overheated.
Part of that depends on the model of oven. I heard of some ovens actually melting the oven liner during self-cleaning, creating noxious fumes.
I do not even want to try airing out the house after that.
If you're lucky, you just left the food in too hot for too long and burned it without creating actual flames.
Or it is actually burning.
You can get smoke from cooking food without actually having a fire. For example, you might have put fatty steak too close to the broiling element.
What else could be creating the smoke?
There are new ovens that smoke when they are first used, though the issue stops after you've used it a couple of times.
Remind me not to buy those models if I need to replace this one.
Just remember to turn off the oven until you figure out what is causing the smoke, so you do not have to remember the number for the fire department.